How's it going? I'm Ryan. Today I'm going to go over the two trades I took on ES. I had two losing trades today. We kept the losses pretty small, so very manageable, but nonetheless, a really tricky day today and one that I just couldn't get a hang of. So we'll go over my two trades, why I took them, my risk to reward, kind of what I was looking for in each trade, and then yeah, it'll be a quick recap. So let's start off by we'll look at both NQ and ES. Both my trades were on ES. But we'll look at both of them to just kind of compare. So on the 15-minute, it is choppy, and that is why I took two losses, because I was looking for continuation. We did not get continuation, and that's really evident on the 15-minute. If we look at NQ, NQ is a little bit weaker, right? We're still within that pre-market range. ES broke out of the pre-market range. I guess not on the 15-minute, but it did do so on the 5-minute a couple times. Basically, what I'm looking to compare between these two is that ES was relatively stronger than NQ. NQ has a crazy double top here, but NQ went all the way down to test pre-market low and previous day low. ES tested the previous day low, but didn't even get anywhere close to the pre-market low. So that's where it's at. Let's take a look at the trades I took. So looking at these two, ES had relative strength over NQ. Basically, what I was watching is a break out of this pre-market range. Some sort of strength, either to the upside or weakness to the downside. Don't really care which way the price goes. I just want to see it come out of a range with some sort of direction. And then I look to take a trade on a pullback in the direction that it's, predominantly trading. So that looks like two things. Or two different trades today. So the first one was in the morning. We opened, and the first 5-minute candle broke above pre-market high. The second 5-minute candle held that pre-market high. Third 5-minute candle didn't quite, but then the fourth broke back above, set new highs. All right, so we have higher highs, higher lows so far from the open. And then we came back down to test that pre-market high, and the EMA was right there as well. The EMA is a lagging indicator, so when I took this trade, the EMA was at that pre-market high. With this big red candle, it caused it to drop about a point. But basically, looking at here, I wasn't so convinced. The EMAs were still really stacked, and 2-minute price action was looking a little weak. But once we got this, higher low, break higher, pull back into this area, I decided to try a long here, and I had my stop about 1 point below. So a really small loss. I managed that trade pretty well. I figured that if I was right, I was right. If I was wrong, I want to be wrong quick and get out of there and not hold on to a losing trade. So that was my first loss, right? What we did was we started to break higher. We had this nice bullish candle. We have an increase in volume as we hold here and then break out higher, continue to move higher, a little bit lower volume on a start to a pullback. We pulled back and tested this level. I entered. I could have waited for some sort of confirmation on the 2-minute, and today that would have helped, but there's other days where it wouldn't. So that's kind of here nor there. I think if I'm going to enter without that candle close, I just need to keep my wrist tight and avoid taking a loss that's oversized. So that's what I did here. And like I said, about a 1 point loss. That was a very small loss of $75. We can handle that just fine. That's not a problem. What was I targeting? Okay, so I was entering here. My stop was just below that EMA, about 1 point. My target was the high of day for my first trim, and then I would have left a runner. So if you look at the entry at 69 or so, target of 74, that's a 5-point reward for about 1 point of risk. So it didn't work out for me. I got stopped out, but I could take that trade like 5 times in a row without it starting to be I guess what I'm saying is one win would wipe out 5 of those losses, so that's not really an issue. Keeping this loss small was the biggest key there. I tried the same trade here again, and the reason why is because we came down, we held the previous day low, we made a move up, right? We see volume start to creep back in. High volume on the hammer that holds the previous day low. High volume on the move up. We start to consolidate. We hold these EMAs pretty well, and then we get more spikes of volume coming in as we break out higher. This is a classic bullish pattern where we have 3 continuous bullish candles. I think it's like the 3 soldiers or something like that. But this is a nice breakout pattern, right? We're breaking and closing above the previous high a day. We're doing so on the 2-minute candle. We're doing so on the 5-minute chart. And the 15-minute chart was looking pretty bullish as well until we had this massive drop on the next candle. So at this point, everything was looking nice and bullish. 15-minute, the 2-minute, the 5-minute, everything was looking good. Volume was looking good. Price action was looking good. The EMA started to fan out a bit more, right? We have that 200 on the bottom, the 48 in the middle, the 13 on the top. Those are starting to fan out, starting to curve up. You can kind of see this inflection point right here before this kind of errant 2-minute candle. Just this ridiculously large sell-off here. But everything was looking pretty nice at this point. We pulled back and I took the exact same trade that I took here. So at this moment, the EMA was like right in here, before it got this huge drop. So I entered at the EMA and then I placed my stop about 2 points below. I placed it right below that pre-market high, figuring that it would make sense if we pulled back and kind of tested this area before continuing. Once again, my take profit was high a day. So I had a 2-point stop. My entry was around 71. My take profit was at 75 or so. So about a 4-point reward to 2-point risk. So that's a 2-to-1 risk to reward on this trade. And then leave a runner for potential future or additional gains. We didn't get it. And we dropped pretty hard and stopped me out. So we're watching price drop again. I think we are breaking out of this consolidation and looking weaker. I think NQ presents a really nice opportunity in the short direction because it's already out of that range completely and it was relatively more weak. So who knows? I might watch this a little bit and try to take one last stab today, but probably not. Probably going to just move on with my day. I will be out Tuesday, Wednesday because I have work, but I'll be back Thursday, Friday. Really just looking to, keep my losses reasonable, move on, and not overreact. The accounts are down a little bit. We traded. We were on vacation seeing family the past 2 weeks. We traded a little bit, some good, some bad. Had a little bit of a setback, and today kind of continues that setback. So we're still profitable. We're still up over 1.1 racks. Not as far as we'd like to be, but just trying to take our time and do the smart thing instead of overreact and trade myself into tilt. So we're gonna take losses. We just have to accept them and keep them manageable, and that is what we did today. That's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll be back Thursday, Friday. I'll be out Tuesday, Wednesday, but back Thursday, Friday. All right, take it easy. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Peace.